All of these are good to go, so we should be able to decouple this. Hello everybody, welcome back to some Kerbal Space Program. So in the last episode we did a little driving around, collecting science from all these spots, and we have 212 science in our bucket at the moment. So we have that to spend, but what we need to do now is we need to collect, so we got some science and we need to collect some more money, because we've only got about 157 there, and we really need to upgrade this research and development facility. So that we can do, what is it here? Collect surface samples. I want to be able to collect surface samples, and we also need to be able to increase our science limit. So if we enter into here, so you'll see we currently have all the science, unlocked all the tech tree for this row here. What I kind of want to do is we want to go to the moon, but I'm imagining that the moon is going to have a few things to do there and lots of science to do there and EVAs and all this kind of jazz. So I really kind of want this command module here that seats 3 people. Minimum crewed operator is 1, but we can have maximum capacity of 3. So we can actually carry an engineer, scientist, and a pilot with us if we had this capsule. Now, we have enough points actually to get these 2, right? So advanced flight control and space exploration, we can actually get these 2 pieces. But this one here is 160, so we can unlock these 2. Then we'll need 160 to unlock that. So we might be able to do just a maybe a flyby or something, or maybe there's other science we can do to get that. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking I want to go this track first, and then we'll worry about the rest of this stuff and figure out kind of how we want to go down here. There's definitely more science stuff too to do. Like this track here will give us way more science. So I want to, I'm not sure if I should unlock these at the moment, because what do we got here? Inline stabilizer, a Mark 1 lander can. Okay, so that'd be like for the moon. So yeah, a propellant and RCS stuff and RCS stuff. So that'd be good for in space. And then we also have this hitchhiker storage container. We're going to want that anyway, actually. I have an idea for what we'll use that for. It carries up to 4 people. This one here is the barometers. That's more science that we could do. And a mobility enhancer. Oh, a ladder. So it gives us a ladder. So these 2 things will be useful anyway. Because the RCS stuff is probably a lot more useful once we get into space doing some stuff. So that's kind of the plan. I've taken some time. So a Visible Signs also in the last episode made a comment that he thought it was pretty hilarious that we can run our Kerbal around to learn about things that they've already built, basically. I thought it was pretty funny too. Riding around in a little go-kart to collect science about stuff that they technically should have built themselves, right? Kind of funny. So if we come into here, I've done some work and I've built I'm calling it the 3-person Sub-Orbital Mark II, because we had the 3-person ship down here. So if I load this new one, let's load this baby up. And you'll see what I've got on here is the same 3 capsules that we did on here before. And I've got a couple of other things on here. Oh, actually, totally forgot. What we need to do first is accept a new mission. So if we go over to mission control, there is this ferry to tourist. We got another ferry to tourist, but this one actually requires us to take one of these people into orbit around Kerbin. So we're going to take this mission on. Plus we also have this Rail Max decoupler to test and this TR-18A stack decoupler. We have 2 different decouplers that need to be tested in orbit, right? So they have to be tested in orbit. And then we got some other stuff that we can't do right now. Or yeah, there's this one. These 2 we're not going to worry about at the moment. So let's see if we can knock off these 3 contracts in one fly here. And this one should give us a bit of money. So here's our rocket that I've designed. Now it's kind of funny looking because we need to test this decoupler and we also need to test this decoupler here, right? So I've got these 2 different decouplers on here. So I've put some Hammer solid rocket fuel boosters on the bottom. So I got 3 of those. And then I've got the swivel engine here, and I've got 1, 2, 3 of the liquid fuel, plus another what is it called? This Terrier liquid fuel engine hidden in here, and one fuel for this. So this will be what gets us into orbit. The plan is that these three guys get us pretty close, like get us up straight up and as fast up as we can go for a little bit. We decouple those, then we go the rest of the way with this piece with the liquid fuel engines, and then we go into orbit with this guy. This guy gets us into orbit, and then once we're in orbit, we can then decouple this and this. They're just sitting in there just so that we can decouple them. And then I've got another one of these Terriers hidden in here with just one last little bit of fuel. And I think underneath, yeah, so I've got you'll see there's the heat shield on there. I've got 3 of these pods and the parachutes, and then some electricity to make sure that we don't run out of electricity on our pods so we can maneuver. If we have 2 empty seats here. We have our tourists to load on. So we got our 2 tourists loaded on, and why not? We'll take Jebediah up for this one. And I think our stages are correct. So the first stages here is just those 3 guys on the bottom, and then once those are done, we decouple and start the next rocket. So that's, you can see it's lit up here. Decouple those and then launch this rocket. Then the next one is to decouple that next piece up and launch this rocket. I have these on separate just in case, I want to wait before I launch the next rocket. And the same thing here. I have these ones then to be decoupled, and then we have the next engine. This is for re-entry, and then decoupling the re-entry engine, and then our parachutes. So I think this is all set up, ready to go. So let's head to the launch pad, and let's see if we can... Oh, don't fall over. So we'll turn on the SAS. We will go full throttle, do our normal, get ready for the launch. And now we're just going to fire these rockets. Now I've tested this a little bit, and I've been able to make this work. So we'll see if I can make this work again. I'm going to turn on the resources meter, and I actually just found out about this here, this stage only. If I click that on, it tells me it only shows me the stuff that is for the stage we're on, right? So we haven't actually started anything yet. So we just see the electricity, the contracts that we're trying to accomplish here. Is this the ferry, the 2 tourists? One of them has to go into orbit, but they're both going to get to do it. Lucky Maccabee is going to get a lucky trip. Test the Rail Max, or the Rocco Max brand decoupler, and test this guy here. We're not going to be able to do this escape trajectory or the survey. So these are the 3 that we're worrying about right now. Let's see if we can make this happen. Let's turn this one back on. Fires the engines. SAS is on. Let's let it correct itself. So it's nice and straight, and I'm gonna try and turn this guy over with these rockets, but it is really difficult to move them with oh, I just turned off my thrust. It's like really hard to try and turn this thing, I noticed with, whoop, there we go. Let's go to the next one. So that got us up to about 5,000 meters. So now I'm going to head on over to the 90-degree mark, hopefully not twisting this thing like nutsos. Let's get on over here, and we'll just stay at the 45-degree mark. Sorry, not the 90-degree mark, the 45-degree mark, so that we kind of go out of orbit here. How are we doing for speed? Okay, we can reduce this down so that we're only going about 300, and we're at 16 at the moment. I don't want to burn up the ship too much, and there's no need. We'll save some fuel as we try and cross the atmosphere line here, or get into the 3rd level of atmosphere, which will be a lot less air resistance. You can see that coming off the back, or I guess that's probably just the thrust, maybe. But yeah, so we're almost going to cross that line here now, and our fuel is still doing all right. We can actually lower this down a bit. And let's just check how we're doing for the altitude, 21. So that, we're still going a little bit faster here. So let's see here. Once we get up to, we need more speed, don't we? Okay, we're in this next section, so I think that should be good enough for just straight up here, 45 degrees. Let's bring this guy up so we can actually see where we are. So we're wanting this to burn through this fuel and get us up as high as we possibly can on a 45 degree angle. We're up past 30, we're almost out of fuel. Let's head back in. Fire this rocket. I don't think I did as well as I did on the last trip, so we'll see if... I'm not sure I'm gonna make it. We're gonna know pretty quick here. Alright, we're now picking up some speed again. We're not burning up. I think we're out of that burning up level. We're burning through the fuel pretty fast here, and this isn't all of it. I mean, this is there seems to be showing more fuel here than there should be, because it's actually seemed to be showing this guy as well. I'm not sure why. Just on this last stage. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to have enough fuel to do this. We'll see. Come on. 48. We need to get up to about 70 or 80. And I still need to have enough fuel to actually then get into orbit with this last engine. There's no way this is going to be enough. Might have to try this again. 55. I did much better on the fuel consumption on my test. Yeah, see, it's showing the second fuel tank there. I'm not sure why it's showing both of them on this stage. Yeah, see, like we're not even at 70 yet, and we're about to run out of fuel. There, we got to 70, so if I now go to the prograde angle, now I need to burn the rest of the fuel. Where are we now? We're at 60, 70. If I burn the rest of this fuel, we don't have much left. Yeah, there's no way that that's enough to get us into orbit. So let me try this again. All right, so much for best laid plans. I was using the wrong rocket. I guess I didn't save the one where I'd updated it with these Thumper solid fuel boosters instead of the Hammer one. So this is actually the rocket that I discovered should work. So let's turn on the SAS and full thrust, and let's try this baby out. Okay, so we're back, and I had to play a little bit with the orbit because we need one of the orbit pieces to bring up the contracts. So now we've done that. We've got an orbit for these guys. Contracts. We need to be between 80 and 85 and 80 and 86. So I've lowered this one down to about 82. This is way up here at about 115. So we need to get over to that side so that we could do the... So let's see here. This is about 82. So let's kind of go warp to here. All right, so now we are at about 84. So let's go into this. Let's look at our ship. All of these are good to go, so we should be able to decouple this. Those two tests are done. This one will be done when we land it successfully, and we did bother with these. So now we want to make sure that we're in the retrograde, so that when we want to lower our orbit at this point here now, right? So we want to kind of get to this point and use this one. Whoops, wrong way. kind of bring our... Oh, wrong way. Okay, we're 53. 38. I think that's good. About 39. So we wanted, when we get to this point, we're going to want to do a 10-second burn at the blue line. So let's just turn the stability on and let's kind of zoom in here so we can see this line. And let's bring up our fuel. Make sure everything looks good on our ship. This guy looks good. I don't think there's any reason to do anything else up here right now. All right, yeah, we've done all this kind of stuff. We're just trying to get the money. So we're gonna take a back look out here. So we want to do a 10-second burn. So we're gonna want to start at about 5 seconds, I think. Let's kind of speed this up a bit. Get in closer. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh no. I totally did that badly. All right, so 39, 48. So we're gonna want to do a bit more of a retrograde here and burn those. So we want to watch this guy. 39, 39. Okay, that looks about good. So we're gonna be coming in on the dark side of the planet. I think that should be a good re-entry. So we can kill that. And we want to now speed this up. I think that, can't remember what the right numbers were. I think that's about the right numbers that we want to be in. So let's make sure that we are facing the retrograde. And now there's no need for this last piece here. We can get rid of that. We've just got our re-entry piece. So let's see if we can bring this guy back in. I'm just going to turn that off for the moment. And we're going to speed this baby up until we get closer. All right, so we automatic slow down here. Just reset up to retrograde. And you can see the electric charge, actually. I'm glad we put those batteries on. So now it's about around the 40 mark, I believe, where the fire starts. All right, here we go. Burning time. Now with the 3-pod like this, I do leave the SAS on. I'm watching my SAS here or sorry, my electric charge for my SAS stuff, right? But I leave it on just because it seems to, the weight is distributed funny. It's kind of a little bit top heavy, so these kind of pull in. So we're gonna let this kind of come around the side here. Where's the sun? Oh, yeah, we're definitely coming in on the dark side. But we see a bit of light coming over there, and we got the glow. All right, we're coming in hot, we're coming in fast. Please slow down enough for us to deploy these parachutes. Don't be too high up on the ground here. 5,000 meters. Slow it down, baby. Come on, whiskey. Safe. Blow the chutes. Re-entry always scares me, even to this day. Re-entry still scares me. We're coming in, looks like, over maybe the grasslands or the foothills, or maybe us over there. And it's darkish, but not too bad. And there we are. Landed nice and upright too this time. So where are we? Crew report. We're in the grasslands, and we've already done science on the grasslands. So we don't need to do any crew reports here. So here we go. We've landed. So let's recover the spacecraft and see how we fared. All right, so we didn't gain a whole lot of science for that, doesn't look like. Yeah, so we only gathered 0.3 science for returning a vessel to Kerbin. But then we did recover, you know, some stuff. And we've collected some money from our expeditions. And look, oh, look at these guys. They gained 2 experience. They're both level 1 tourists. It's too funny. And let's take a look at all our contracts. I think we have some left over here from the last time. Ferry 2 tourists safely to their destination. Yeah, that was... these ones, I think, from the last one. Rockomax decoupler. Oh, no, maybe those were the ones that we just did. And then this is the Rockomax decoupler. So we actually did get some points for this, it looks like. And some mula, right? And our... Oh, that's the extra large parachute. So that's from the last time. These ones are from the last time. But yeah, so we got all those sorted out. And our contracts, yeah, so we've done that. The only contracts we have now are these 2. For the ones that we've actually accepted. We have 311,000 buckaroos, and we need 451, so we shouldn't have to do too much more to jump over this edge. Maybe 1 or 2 more missions. And I'm thinking in the next episode, if we take a look here, yeah, we've got the moon, and this is an exit trajectory, so we can do that when we're going to the moon. Fly by the moon, we definitely want to do 2 days. We have some of these perform visual surveys as well that we can do, but they're at higher altitude, so I think we'd have to invest in airplanes to do that. But I noticed these. We've got rescue, Lenny, rescue. We have 3 rescue missions that we can do. So I'm thinking maybe we'll try and go and rescue people from orbit the next time. See if we can accomplish those. Like they 60,000, 53,000, 56,000, right? Like if we do those 3 missions in one go, let's see if we can do it in one go. Maybe we should have enough money to actually upgrade this building. And also we got to make sure we keep enough money to actually launch rockets too. But yeah, so that I think will do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give me a like. It's how I know that you want me to keep making more of these episodes, as well as it helps out other people finding me on YouTube through the search. Also, if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe if you like what you saw and you want to see more and be notified. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you next time.